Trip Mitchell for the Boxing Channel, along with Al Bernstein, who had the pleasure of calling this for Showtime pay-per-view tonight. And I got a chance to hear some of your commentary, and you said basically once Mosley got back on his heels and started seeing combinations, he was in real trouble.
Yeah, and he admitted after the fight that he felt the power of Manny Pacquiao, and he said it was power like he's never felt before. And, of course, he's never been knocked out in his career. He had been down twice against Vernon Forrest, so this was only the third time he'd ever been down in his career. So for Mosley to say that kind of power had that kind of impact on him was really something. But nevertheless, Mosley fought a very defensive fight. That combined with the leg injury that apparently Manny Pacquiao had. He had a cramp near his Achilles, which they've had before in fights. That really hampered him, was enough to keep Mosley in the fight but prevent Pacquiao from knocking him out.
Tremendous disparity in speed. Could you see that at ringside?
Yeah, I think the hand speed, the combination punching of Manny Pacquiao was a big difference. So when you have the combination punching and the power, obviously that's enough to win the fight. Now, Manny Pacquiao only threw about 500 and some punches in this fight, which is a lot less than he normally throws. And I would attribute that to two things: the leg problem and also the defensive posture of Shane Mosley. But nevertheless, when you can win decisively and completely dominate an opponent without having your A game, that's a pretty amazing statement about a fighter.
Where would you put this on the record of Pacquiao? Is this about a 7 on a 10 scale?
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement. It wasn't his most brilliant performance because of a variety of things. Part of that owing to Shane Mosley not being offensive-minded and taking risks, and partly because he just wasn't physically himself because of whatever this leg problem was. But even with that, I mean, it was pretty extraordinary performance by Pacquiao. But if there was ever anything that was going to make Floyd Mayweather come out and fight him, I believe it was tonight's fight. This was not a perfect Manny Pacquiao. And if Floyd Mayweather looks at this and says, well, I fight a similar style as Shane Mosley, and he made him throw only 500 and some punches, I can probably do the job better. I will bet you dollars to donuts that this fight, because Pacquiao wasn't quite as dominant as he sometimes is, might make Floyd Mayweather reconsider fighting.
Was this a fiendish plan all along?
Yes, it was a diabolical plot by Manny Pacquiao. In fact, he deliberately induced that cramp. How did you get to that? You knew that, Trip.
Conspiracies are us.
I'll tell you what, in fact, one of these people was in the Zapruder film, I think.
And Rosemary Woods, the missing tape. But whatever it takes, if in fact the Mayweather fight gets made, that will be a great outcome for boxing.
Yeah, it really will. And we even on the air, which we're not given to do, we kind of lobbied for it. We said, look, at this juncture, there's no one else for Manny Pacquiao to fight. The clamor for that fight will grow and grow and grow now after this. And maybe that is in a way a master plan. Maybe that's why Mayweather's been so demurring about this fight. I don't know, but now it's at the point where it really ought to be made.
Well, if it gets made, you'll hear about it first right here at the Boxing Channel. For my partner, Al Bernstein, I'm Trip Mitchell.